Today, we're diving into the delicious world of oysters Kilpatrick, a classic Australian dish. Picture fresh oysters nestled in their shells, topped with crispy bacon, doused in a savory blend of Worcestershire sauce, tomato ketchup, and a hint of butter. This delicacy is not just about the ingredients, but the process, from shucking the oysters, to preparing the sauce, to grilling until perfect. It's a symphony of flavors and textures that make this dish quintessentially Australian. So are you ready to cook some oysters Kilpatrick? Let's get started. First things first, gather all of your ingredients. We're going to need a dozen fresh oysters in the shell, 6 slices of top-notch bacon, a couple of tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce and tomato ketchup, a smidge of butter, and some freshly ground black pepper. Don't forget the rock salt or coarse sea salt for serving. And of course, we can't forget the lemon wedges. Now, onto the oysters. These are the stars of our dish, so quality matters. Fresh is best. Run them under cold water to scrub off any dirt or grit. Then, shucking time, with an oyster knife, pry open the shells. Slide the knife along the top shell to detach the oyster, but leave it sitting pretty in the bottom half of the shell. And the bacon, we want it chopped. It's going to provide a lovely crispy contrast to our succulent oysters. Now that we have our ingredients ready, it's time to start cooking. Here's where the magic happens, the cooking process. We kick off the saga with our oysters. Having been scrubbed clean and shucked, they're now sitting snug in their shells on a bed of rock salt. This keeps them stable while we work on the topping. Next, we turn our attention to the skillet. Here's where the bacon comes into play. We fry it over medium heat until it's crispy, full of flavor and aroma. But we're not done with the skillet yet. Once the bacon is drained on paper towels, we use the same pan to create our sauce. The Worcestershire sauce, tomato ketchup, and a knob of butter are added to the skillet. We're looking for a slight thickening of the sauce, which usually happens within 2 to 3 minutes of constant stirring. You'll notice the sauce taking on a glossy sheen, a sign it's ready for the next step. Now, it's time to assemble. Each oyster gets a dollop of our savory sauce, followed by a generous sprinkle of crispy bacon. This layering of flavors is what makes oysters Kilpatrick so special. As we move to the grill, here's a tip. Don't overcook the oysters. We're aiming for a sweet spot of 5 to 7 minutes under the preheated grill or in the preheated oven. What you're looking for is the sauce to start bubbling and the edges of the oysters to curl slightly. Once this happens, remove them from the grill or oven and let them cool slightly. But remember, oysters Kilpatrick are best served hot. And there you have it, delicious oysters Kilpatrick right in your kitchen. This classic Australian dish, with its unique blend of flavors, is sure to impress. Whether as an appetizer or a main course, it's a treat for the taste buds. So don your chef's hat and bring the taste of the Australian coast into your home. Now for the final touch, serving your oysters Kilpatrick. Our Australian classic is best savored right out of the oven or grill. Let them cool just a tad, then garnish with a few twists of freshly ground black pepper. It adds a lovely kick that beautifully complements the richness of the oysters and the tangy sauce. Don't forget to place lemon wedges on the side. A squeeze of lemon juice over the oysters just before eating really makes the flavors pop. Now, while this oysters Kilpatrick recipe is a classic, there's no rule saying you can't play around with it. You might want to experiment with different types of bacon, perhaps a smoked variety, or even a spicy chorizo for a bit of a twist. You could also try adding some heat with a dash of hot sauce or a sprinkle of crushed red pepper flakes. And let's not forget the beauty of fresh herbs. A sprinkle of chopped parsley or chives can add a fresh green contrast to the dish. Even a drizzle of good quality olive oil can take these oysters to another level. The beauty of cooking lies in the freedom to customize to your palate. So, go ahead, mix it up. You never know, you might just create your own signature version of oysters Kilpatrick that your friends and family will love. Enjoy your delicious oysters Kilpatrick as an appetizer or a main course. And remember, cooking is all about experimenting and having fun. So don't be afraid to put your own twist on this classic dish. Share your results and let's celebrate the joy of cooking together.